No. Let's try something else. Hit it, Joe.
Three idiots sharing memories with fans who watched the show. It's the best of both our worlds.
Welcome to Best of Both Our Worlds, the official, unofficial Hannah Montana podcast, the show where three idiots share our memories of Hannah Montana with the fans, so that way you can see the other side of the best damn Disney show ever. I like that.
I know.
I know, it's good. I'm one of the hosts, Jason Earles. I play Jackson Rod Stewart.
Contractually obligated.
And you're contractually obligated now to say that?
Yes, 100%.
Let's just jump to you now. Who are you again?
If I remember correctly, I'm Shannon Flynn. I was a director on Hannah Montana and the acting coach.
You're responsible for why we were just so dang funny on the show. All right, let's get to the guy that's staring in the corner.
I'm here too.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
All right, tell the people.
I am Douglas Danger Lieblein. I was one of the writers and co-executive producers of a television show called Hannah Montana.
Oh my God, could you sound
Montana?
any more bored?
I'm
so bored.
I sound the appropriate level of bored as I am.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
it. So quick
Dance, monkey, entertain me.
quick fit check because I like today. I actually went back to Hannah Montana old school. This is a real Rico shirt. This is my most beat up Rico shirt. You can see it is well loved. I broke out a little shell necklace, very very Jackson, and my Hannah Montana season 4 hoodie. So that's my fit check.
And also a really well designed season 4 hoodie, as in it is so comfortable because that stage was so cold.
It's also 107 degrees in Los Angeles today, and I'm still wearing it. That's how comfy it is. What's the story behind your shirt, Shani?
Oh yeah, so I direct on Sesame Street too, and for
4 Emmys?
4 Emmys.
Is it 4 Emmys?
For directing on Sesame Street. And I will say recently, Miley Cyrus was on an episode of Sesame Street that I directed, which was incredible. And this is the shirt that I wore on the day that she came to Sesame Street.
I love it.
True story. It was exactly 20 years to the day that we were shooting Sesame Street from when I met Miley for the very first time.
Guacamole.
I met her, or she shot Sesame Street. It was the day of the table read 20 years earlier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A universe.
I went back and looked at my calendar. I was like, I knew it was in...
Her Filofax.
Yeah. But I was like, seems like it was around the time that we shot the pilot.
It was
20
probably
years.
a Palm Pilot.
What are you wearing today, Dougie?
I am wearing a Walt Disney Animation Studios hoodie because I thought it was an appropriate time to announce to everyone right here on our show that the animated Hannah Montana series will never happen.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. You make me so angry. Did you know? Side note, you probably know. I actually had like a pitch way back when for like an animated series. It was going to be like the Adventures of Rico and Jackson, and it was going to be like it was going to be out of its mind, but. Never happened, obviously.
Now the world owns it.
That's now the world owns it. So, as always, we're going to start with a little sweet niblet, a little babao bite, if you will. Are we doing that now?
I love that. Is it a cheese jerky bite?
No. Let's you give us a little babao bite.
This episode is Grandmas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Play Favorites. It aired on April 28th. The writer was our very own Dougie Fresh. Doug Danger Lieblein. It was directed by the amazing Roger Christensen.
Yep.
Guest star? Who guest starred on this show? The one and only Vicki Lawrence.
Yes.
Jesus, we were so
What
lucky.
again?
Also, Patrick Kerr, who played Simon, who was the gentleman's gentleman for the Queen.
He's very funny.
He is very funny.
He's great.
Where'd the title come from? What's the...
Mama, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys, which
that.
was originally sung by Ed Bruce in 1975, later made famous by Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson in 1978.
Outstanding.
I love that so much.
I love that. So for my little sweet niblet, this episode, in this episode, Robbie Ray's mother shows up, and we all call her Mamaw. Mm-hmm. What is Mamaw's actual name in the show? Mm-hmm. And for bonus points, because I do love me some bonus points, who is Mamaw's longtime rival, and what are they feuding over?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm excited about this one.
It is a really good niblet.
It's a good niblet. It's a good niblet. Dougie, we love our titles. What's our podcast title this time?
Our podcast title for this episode is From Mama's Family to Mamaw's Family.
Well, that's a pretty obvious one.
It's a good one.
Well, it's obvious for the people who know.
That's true.
People don't know.
That's actually true. That is actually like a big thing that happened in the. We'll get there. We'll get there. So hit us with the. Give us a little synopsis. Let's refresh our memories.
For those of you who aren't up to date, here's what happened in this episode. It's a big day for the Stuart household when Hannah has a command performance for the Queen of England on the same day that Jackson is playing in the finals of a volleyball tournament. Apparently, I've said something funny.
No,
we'll get there.
You're just making fun of me for no reason.
No, this isn't even you. Although I will say, I did just absolutely crush your nuts last episode about the way that you read the synopsis.
Yeah.
I was like, could you do it more like a funeral dirge? And you're so much more animated. I was a little caught off guard. But
I know how to take a note, unlike you.
That's a cheap shot, but a fair shot.
Okay.
No, but it's actually what we're laughing at is the volleyball of it all. It is ridiculous. It's not.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So I have a reason.
Keep going.
I'm actually really upset because you were doing such a good job. Like for the first time in 7 episodes, I was really enjoying the synopsis.
Oh no, you weren't.
So let me. You can get back to it.
Okay, so it's a big day. There's a volleyball tournament. She's got a command performance for the Queen.
Yep.
Miley is. And on top of all that. Robbie Ray's mom, their Mamaw, decides she's going to pay a surprise visit. And Miley is miffed when Mamaw gives Jackson all her attention, even revealing the only reason she came to see the family was for Jackson's volleyball tournament.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Miley finally confronts Mamaw, accusing Mamaw of making her feel invisible. Mamaw wonders if that's how Hannah's brother feels all the time.
Dun dun dun.
Miley, seeing the error of her ways, comically rushes through her performance for the Queen. Then, still dressed as Hannah, because apparently she couldn't take the wig off in the car, she sneaks into her brother's volleyball tournament in enough time to watch him and Mamaw win.
Victory.
Yes.
So good.
You got that little trophy.
I do love a lot of things about this episode. Now that our memories are refreshed, again, where did this come from? What were you guys thinking when you slapped this thing together?
Again, like we talked about in
Were
the
you
last
thinking?
podcast episode, this came from a sort of a core kids issue, a sibling rivalry, and how do we Hannify a sibling rivalry story? And like last week, I also have the surprise of the original outline to Grandma Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Favorites. Apparently, that was the original title of this episode.
That's crazy.
Now, this is a little different than last week because this one is a lesson in storytelling. We cut some things out of this outline that then changed things we kept for the worse, I think.
Okay.
And
like it messed up the context of
what... Yes, we messed up the context of stuff. And so what ends up happening sometimes when you're writing an episode is you fall in love with something, you want to keep it, you throw away the reason why, and then it shows up and you're like, why are they doing that?
Is there some weird term about murdering your babies or something?
No, killing your babies.
Killing your babies.
Killing your babies.
Sorry, yes.
That's when you have to. Yeah, that's when you have to lose. That's what we should have done. We should have killed our babies. We should have thrown the whole thing away. But instead, we kept our babies alive, and now they look like they have no life and no purpose. All right, so
this twisted little baby.
Here are the things. Let's go through the things that were in the original outline that are different. First.
We're giggly
I was
today.
doing a
I'm
baby.
sorry.
I was like,
That's what you're doing? All right.
I don't know.
Let's talk about this episode and the things that are different.
Okay.
First, Lily was at the rehearsal with the Queen.
Okay.
In the original outline. She was back. She wasn't Lola yet. She was still Kira, for some strange reason. She was doing the same thing she was doing in It's My Party. She was embarrassing Miley.
Okay.
We're still on that kick. So this was obviously written. This outline was written way before.
Why did that go away? Like why? Like
I think after we had done that episode, we went away from her being embarrassing.
oh, because it'd be like double pumping.
Right,
Yeah,
double
for
pumping it.
sure.
And then we'd ended up taking her out of the scene.
Okay.
My favorite bit of this outline is that we refer to Mamaw as a Delta Burke type. So as a writer, we are always laying in there for casting who we really wish we could get.
Yeah.
So that was us telling casting, get us Delta Burke.
Right.
And usually when you do that, you say like, get me Jennifer Aniston, and you end up with Carol Channing. You know, you end up with the furthest possible thing.
Just not even in the same.
And you're like, well,
yeah.
that's all we could get. This is my one time in Hollywood, we said, get us Delta Burke, and we ended up with Vicki freaking Lawrence.
Yeah,
we ended up with
I know.
better. Now, I was also shocked at how Jewish we wrote her. We were there
In
are,
the original, like,
in
the concept?
in everything. She
Yeah.
stayed through. It
Yeah.
was look. We wrote our moms. There are a few writers in that writer's room whose moms are like this,
Yeah.
and we just wrote our moms.
Fair enough.
We even.
The show
named
was
her-
therapy for an entire room of
named her-
writers.
we dressed her like an old
Every show.
Jewish woman.
Yeah.
Her name was Ruthie.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
It was just an old
It was a
Jewish
little heavy-handed.
It was. It was. All right. So let's talk about the stuff that was in the outline that changed for the worse.
Okay.
We were just building the beach set at the time the outline was
Rico's,
written.
yeah.
And we thought to ourselves, what can we shoot on the beach? Oh, beach volleyball. Beach volleyball makes sense. It's a two-person sport. It's not a school-sanctioned sport or anything. And if someone bows out, like Mamaw is going to step in, it would make sense that we would, that she could step into a non-school sanctioned.
Yeah.
And it was beach volleyball.
Yeah, and if Jackson is gonna
Right.
play beach volleyball, you're thinking like Top Gun,
Yes.
Jackson with his shirt
Shirt
off,
off,
just
for
like
sure.
spinning the volleyball.
Oh
like,
my God,
like
yes.
it's a natural lead. It makes total sense to me.
It does.
But when we decided to go towards the school set and we moved volleyball into the school set,
Yeah.
I don't know why we kept volleyball.
Yeah.
There was no reason to keep volleyball.
Should have been
anymore.
basketball.
It should have been. It should have been
my God.
freaking Pokemon cards because it made no
Something, yeah.
sense. And it made no sense that it was a school-sanctioned sport that then Mamaw's gonna participate. Like none of it made any sense to me. And there was justifications for it, like
Yeah.
it was just an extracurricular outside
Yeah.
school activity.
I'm
But
gonna pile on this in the what we did wrong part of the
Yes.
episode.
Yeah. Let's.
Because there's a lot of
there's a lot
to
Okay, so Rico sponsored the competition in the original outline.
okay.
He was in this episode. And so he's not sponsored the competition, he sponsored your competition, sponsored the other team you were playing against.
Okay.
So they were in Rico gear.
Okay.
And when your partner got sick, he really didn't get sick. Rico had sabotaged it he won a trip to the Bahamas and whatever it was.
Interesting.
So it played a sibling rivalry, and that's why the contest was so important to you. Or not sibling rivalry. I'm sorry. It's played as the nemesis rivalry.
Right. I needed to beat Rico's.
Yeah, you needed to beat Rico. That's why
Yeah.
the sibling rivalry was important, because you needed to beat Rico. You didn't want that. So
Okay.
And
This is all new to me, by the way.
Yeah.
I just like everyone. Even in the prep for the episode, I did not understand the context of anything that Doug put in the notes.
Absolutely.
So this is like a brand new. This is like a brand new information for me. It's
Well,
cool.
this-
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
This is also the reason why we wanted to start this podcast, is because
There's
are
so much shit I
things
didn't know.
that we don't know that went into making this show. So
Well, this will blow your mind. The original ending of this episode, she decides she has to blow off the queen. She still did the thing and go to the volleyball tournament on the beach in this episode. She goes, takes her wig off in the freaking car like a normal human being would, and shows
you
up
do.
at the beach as Miley. What we did in the outline is Miley had a quirk where when she got super nervous, she got the hiccups. And yeah, this never made it to air or anything. And she was nervous for you and hiccuped during your serve for match point, and you lost the match. You and Mamaw lost in the original outline. No, it made this really great scene where she's apologizing to you for losing.
Maybe great to you, but
and you
Fight for
took
your
it as a
character.
victory. You took it. You said it doesn't matter if I won or lost. You showed up for me.
Yeah.
And you cared that you were so nervous that you hiccuped.
It was an indication that like, oh, you actually like
that you care about me.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice.
So it was a
All
very
right,
sweet
okay.
ending, and
redeemed.
And I liked it. And the ending also lost a bit where it started in the Hannah closet, where she was apologizing to you in the Hannah closet, and you brought it into your closet for a juxtaposition. And it was a great ending with the two of you crammed in a 16-year-old boy's closet going, this is what
was it
I
the
live
size
with.
of the closet of the real estate
What,
agent?
what the real estate agents should have been.
But it was an example of you saying, your life is that closet. My life is this closet.
Oh, that's pretty powerful.
Wow. Actually.
That's actually nice.
And we lost it. And I'm a little sad that we lost it.
That would have been.
But that
I
was
do
what was
love
original.
the Jackson bedroom reveal in a future episode.
Yes.
Oh
Like
my
that whole
God.
thing plays out fantastic. So we do get a little mileage out of it.
Yeah.
But that's actually a really sweet. I don't hate that.
Chocolate
Good.
pudding.
Thank you. Thank you for not hating my original outline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Dougie.
Well done, Dougie.
Because this is Doug's episode.
I write good stuff.
I write good
Stuff.
Right,
I
stuff.
do good things.
I love that. So for me, my sort of like, as watching this again, I was flooded with all those feelings when I found out that Vicky was going to be on the show. Like, I out of my mind excited. The thing that was so funny is while I was very hyped, Emily and Miley and Mitch, they were like, who?
Yeah, right?
They had no concept of like the hundreds of episodes of the Carol Burnett show and every other thing that she did. And like, I mean, she has hundreds and hundreds of episodes of comedic TV on her.
And let's not forget her, is it a #1 country song?
Oh,
The night
yeah,
the
the
light-
night
the
the lights went out in Georgia.
That's right.
I mean, this woman is unbelievable.
Yeah.
shocking.
Yes.
I could not believe. And then I was doubly blown away because I was actually like in all the scenes with her. Like her story was about me versus like oftentimes in the show, and it's totally fine because it's Hannah Montana. But Miley got to play with all the really big guest stars, right? The Rock's on the show. Miley's doing scenes with The Rock. Larry David's on the show. Miley's doing scenes with Larry David. I got Vicki Lawrence, and the whole thing was about Jackson. And I was like, I'm an embarrassment of riches. Like, how did this happen? So I love that. And then also, I feel like we got along really well. And I thought, I got the impression that she thought I was funny. And as somebody who was like suffering from massive imposter syndrome and daily fear of being fired off the show, it was really validating that somebody that I respected that much was like not dreading every moment that we were in scenes together. So I think you had mentioned the casting of somebody like that. Sometimes it's an ask, sometimes it's an offer, and sometimes it works out. As like an acting coach or a director, how do you even go about approaching somebody like a Vicki Lawrence if you've got a note or if there's something you need to tweak or like how do you approach that?
Sometimes it's dread and fear.
Slowly.
So sometimes it's like, please don't make me talk to this person.
Yeah.
But then I have a job to do.
Yeah.
So when I'm directing somebody, and there's been a lot of people that over the years of my career that I've had to give direction to, and as an acting coach, people that I've had to run lines with or give acting notes to, and you have a job to do. You got to like walk right in and just tell them what's up, because otherwise I could lose my job. And it wouldn't be that drastic probably, but it can be really intimidating, especially with somebody like Vicki Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because this is a person who knows their comedy.
I was intimidated to be in the scenes with her because I was like, I think that was probably, I was a little more guarded about like wanting to take big swings at things because I was like, what if she thinks it's stupid? But then she was so lovely and so helpful in a lot of different ways that like, I think that you do get comfortable taking the big swing. And if she doesn't like it, it's probably a good indication that it needs to change anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. When I saw in the storyline that I was playing in a big LA volleyball tournament, I almost shit my pants because I was like, have the writers seen me in real life? Like, I'm like 5'5". If I'm standing on the stairs, you know what I mean? Like the idea that I was going to be really good at volleyball. It was just very ridiculous and funny to me.
We shoot on the beach and then we lost the beach and it didn't make any sense.
I know. It was just a wild, like just the presentation of the original idea in the episode. I'm just like, it doesn't really track. And then this is a little bit of an embarrassing anecdote, but one of the things when I was watching the episode that like came flooding back was this is maybe an overshare, and if this is an overshare, put it in the comments and I'll stop telling stories like this. But there's a scene where Mamaw and I are doing our training and we're doing Dance Dance Revolution.
Yes.
And I totally get a cramp and I'm like, I'm going down, and I hit the deck. And she's so concerned and she's like stretching me out. And at one point, she like stretches my leg up over my head. And I was so self-conscious and so embarrassed because like I'm wearing a pair of sweats. And I was just afraid. I was like, is this literally just going to be a shot of my balls? Like what is this going to be? I was just like, I was so in my own head over my own balls that I just didn't know what to do.
You were a boy with 3 balls in a dream.
It turns out it wasn't a problem.
Can I say one thing about that? That, just the genesis of that?
Yeah.
That, again, back to the outline, that was supposed to be a scene with Miley and Lily playing Dance Dance Revolution, and she's complaining about Mamaw.
Okay.
And Lily says, ask Mamaw to play with you. And she goes, Mamaw, will you play Dance Dance Revolution with me? And Mamaw goes, I can't, my back, my shoulder, my knee, I can't do it. And then you come down, see it, and go, ooh, Dance Dance Revolution, Mamaw, play with me. And she goes, okay.
Oh,
that's all it was supposed to be.
And then it turns into a training montage.
Yeah, it turns into just Jason's balls.
Yeah. Well, it ended up not being like a problem, and like if you watch it, there's no offensive like ball action going on in that scene. But it really did. It was funny because it does highlight like as an actor, sometimes you're in these scenes and you just the things that get in your head and you get self-conscious about just have a tendency to spiral in like weird ways.
I thought you were gonna go to. I was worried I was gonna fart.
Oh, well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going.
But now,
what's crazy about that is in a future episode, like later, season 3, season 4, I do have a Vicki Lawrence fart story. I do. I'm surprised you've never heard this. I don't know it. It's terrible. It has to do with me and Miley messing with each other, and Vicki gets caught in the crossfire. Oh, God. And it's awful. So I'll share that later. But no, this one was not a fart issue. Okay. And then I will say that like this one of my favorite moments in the entire episode of this is after Jackson wins and the audience or the people there realize that Hannah Montana's there and she runs out. Mm-hmm. There's one of the funniest moments in the whole thing. As the crowd is rushing after Hannah Montana, Lily jumps up and tries to block the doorway and just gets absolutely crushed. And I remember being on the set and watching her get up and just disappear. And I was like, did she improv that? Was that planned? Did she just get swept in the tide? It was she's there and in the next moment she is gone. It is one of the funniest things in the episode to me.
Can I just say, I watched this. So as we've been going through these, my son, Jack, is a huge Hannah Montana fan. And my daughter, Molly, I was pregnant with her first season when she was, and
just first season? It felt like the entire show.
All right. Anyway, she was pregnant a lot. And my other daughter, Nora, was there, and she happened to be watching this particular episode with me. And when we saw Emily get just hammered by this wave of people. We had to pause because we could not stop laughing. And
it's so funny.
And I don't remember if
do you
I have no recollection
of this moment
of the moment.
Dude, you have to go back and just it's worth watching just for that moment because she's like literally she stands up and she goes like this and then she is gone.
I'm blinded by rage in that moment because I'm like, why didn't you take the wig off?
It's fine. It's fine.
But totally, like it was just that was that.
I loved it so much.
It was too much. And also you being stretched out, we couldn't stop laughing because
it's ridiculous.
But totally. And now all I can do is think about Jason's balls.
I know. I'm so sorry. And if that's an overshare, I apologize. I don't want this to be
an
unpleasant
experience.
Not cutting it.
And we're never going to
We're not cutting that part about Jason's balls.
Okay. So Shanny, your reaction after having had it all refreshed, what jumped out at you?
It is so nice when somebody like Vicki Lawrence comes on the show that is like a queen of comedy. because it just, again, elevates all of the performances.
Yeah.
And she is so grounded and so real and so funny.
Yeah.
And so I just was, just the whole episode, just as a blanket note, the whole episode to me was just one of the best.
It's super fun.
The
show's really finding
for sure,
itself
one of the best
in this one, for sure.
Except for all the shit we did wrong.
Well, there's some stuff you did wrong, but
Right, for sure.
But it's totally
Volleyball.
forgivable.
Patrick Kerr, I've known for years and years from theater and
From where?
From theater.
Where else?
Doing theater. And also he did an episode of Jessie that I directed,
Oh, I didn't
which
know that.
was really, really nice. And he is also a fellow alumni from the Yale School of Drama.
That's what I was going to get. That's what it was.
Oh, I went to Yale.
Did somebody go to Yale at this and have 4 Emmys? Oh, okay.
Yes, I did. And I'm very proud of the
I
fact
know,
that I
she's
went to
proud.
Yale.
We're just
So-
very jealous. We're
I know.
very, very jealous.
Speak for yourself.
But here's something that I remembered from, like, outside of the episode. Vicky, and I don't know if we'll need to cut this out later, so I'm prefacing what I'm about to say with this. Vicky almost quit.
No, I think this is like worth talking about.
And this
because-
is public knowledge. This is
Yeah.
public
Is it?
knowledge.
Yeah,
I think we all
I think
know.
this is fine. Like, this is not. This is no way. Like, this isn't like a smear or hit job or
No.
talking out of school. Like, there were some issues in the beginning.
Yeah. So what? And for whatever reason, maybe because I'm approachable or something, but like I introduced myself to all of the guest cast at the very beginning to let them know what my function is, because who's this weirdo that's
Yeah.
running up to me giving me acting notes,
Yeah.
right? And but I remember she said to me, they want me to play this like mama.
Yeah.
They want me to play, which is a character that she had played on a show called Mama's Family, which was a spinoff of the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah.
And she was not at all interested in
And just doing the same character
in doing
Yes.
a character
Yeah.
that she
had done it,
already
like,
done before.
400 times.
Yeah. And so, but the other side of it was she really advocated for playing a grandparent in a different way.
Yeah.
Because most of the time grandparents are, they're old and like, put a gray wig on them and they like have their, some kind of house dress with their like nylons rolled down to their and like orthopedic shoes, right?
Yeah.
That's how grandparents had been played.
Yeah.
And so for the first time, she like brought grandparenting or what a grandparent looks like into the 21st century. But like, and it was the first time that you could see that a grandparent was vital.
Yeah.
And that she was, she was so unhappy with her wardrobe. She went to Chico's and bought her own wardrobe.
Yeah.
And said, no, this is what I need to wear. And so
And this is why she's such a big win for us.
Yeah.
Right? She
Yeah.
fought for all the right things
Yeah.
and won all the right battles for us.
Yeah, I think you hear a lot of stories sometimes about actors getting a little too like uppity about like it's my character and sometimes it's founded and most of the time it's not. She was spot on about like why would we recycle this thing that I did? There's a better
Right.
version. There's a more current version.
Right,
There's a
and why-
funner
100%.
version.
And look, at the time I was younger, but I'm 57. I'm about the age she was playing.
Yeah.
And she kept saying, why is a 60-year-old, walking with a walker, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mama is not 60. 60 is going to the beach in her
Yeah.
workout clothes and playing Dance Dance Revolution. So she was absolutely right.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely. And I loved that she did that. I love that character became what that character became because it was
And
any other actress
groundbreaking.
playing that part and I think that
It's worse.
Yeah, it's worse.
She was perfect for that.
She was wonderful. And then like the last thing, like just, and I know we'll get into this, so I'm only going to briefly just say shooting the volleyball scene.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh God. I know.
Which like is the perfect parlay into.
Yeah, I do. I will just like also just again, a lot of times when we start like criticizing some of this stuff, dude, it's a kids' TV show. It's all fine. It all works.
Yeah, of course.
This is like us sort of like getting a little nitpicky about, what could have been, but like...
And it's Monday morning quarterback. When you're in it, you have a clock ticking. The bomb is about to go off. You have to defuse it. You have
to shoot something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes you make mistakes that even the next day you wouldn't have made.
Yeah.
So
100%.
So I guess we'll get into what we did right, what we did wrong, what we would do different. I think we'll pile on a little bit more, but what we did right, obviously, Vicky. Right.
Well, yes. I mean, I think the big overarching thing is Vicky.
Yeah.
Is we just lucked into the greatest casting ever.
So specifically, one of the things a little bit more detailed about Vicky is I don't know how she did it. I love the fact she's so mean.
Oh yeah.
Or stern. Maybe stern is the right word. But she's still so lovable. She rips Robbie Ray a new one constantly.
Yeah.
And I think it's so funny. And she does this thing, and I think we might disagree on this, Shannon. When we did the fat jokes about Danzig in the previous episode, I really did not like that.
Right.
I was like, this is really, really low-hanging fruit. He deserves better. We deserve better in this scene. I'm not a fan. I have no problem with Mamaw talking about Robbie Ray being a little soft in the middle. I was never offended by it. I have a justification for it, and maybe this is my own like little man syndrome thing. Like you can bang on Jackson for being a short dude, right?
Yeah.
Miley would bang on me for being a little chubby, whatever. That's fine. Billy Ray is a really good-looking human being.
Yeah.
He's tall, he's good-looking, like, there's not much to criticize there. So the idea of, like, somebody implying that he's a little doughy in the middle doesn't feel as offensive to me as, like, just banging on Danzig. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I could totally be wrong here, but, like, for whatever reason, I just think that Vicki Lawrence is so charming and she's so funny that, like, I was never offended by any of the harsher stuff that she says in the episode.
Okay.
Do you?
I mean,
I have a different take on it,
that?
which is, she's my mother. That's what my mother says to me, and that's what people's mothers don't have filters when it comes to. She knows this, but like when it comes to their children, they will.
They're a little more direct.
They're a little bit more direct.
Sure.
They'll be like, and that's my mother. And that was a bunch of Jewish mothers in that writer's room would say to their sons, oh, the beard, I hate that.
Yeah.
So,
I look forward to your rebuttal later.
That's right. It's totally fine.
When you guys were writing stuff like that, how conscious were you of the tone? Or did you just like write stuff and assume that Vicky would do what Vicky was going to do with it? Or was the consideration like Disney's notes versus Vicky? Like what? Like writing stuff that has that tone. Like what? Yeah. What is?
We always went back to. Can we justify it in real life? It was really my mother. It was really someone else's in the writer's room's mother. And if they had really said it, we could justify. Well, that's real life, right? We weren't throwing insults just for fun to be funny. We were saying what this real parent would do in that situation.
Did you get pushback from Vicky on any of the harsher stuff? Like, did she ever want to like soften stuff, or was she like, I could go a little further with that? Like, do you remember?
Vicky's concern about being Mama, being Mama, was the only pushback I think we ever got.
And that was more about like being old and
it was
like
being old.
And
that was
incapacitated,
a caricature,
right?
As opposed to
not necessarily the sass.
Very much like you, and very much in that John Cryer world, she made everything funny. And she tried to hit everything out of the park, even if she didn't 100% believe in it. She wanted to give us the ability to know if it was funny or not. I'm going to give it my all.
Yeah.
And if it lands, great. And if it doesn't, they'll rewrite it.
Yeah.
And that was which is the sign of a pro and a comedian who knows where the funny is. She found the funny in everything.
Yeah.
She made funny in stuff that we didn't even think was funny.
Yeah.
So we never really had to dance around anything with her. We just gave her what we thought was real, and she nailed it.
Yeah.
So all you aspiring actors out there.
That's right.
Just if you can make what's funny on the page, that's
Just
your job.
Commit. The other thing that I really, really like about this episode is I think the storyline is great, and it really solidified my feelings for like what this Stewart family was and what the show was going to be, as far as being a little bit more thoughtful than a regular kid show.
Yeah.
Because normally I don't think you would attack this story from this point of view.
Right.
Like I'm a side character. You know what I mean? And like, looking at her fame and how that affects the side character.
You're not a side character to me.
No, but like, I mean, you couldn't do the story with Lily because Lily was so wrapped up and excited about being in the Hannah sphere as Lola. Like the idea of suddenly now doing like I'm in your shadow, we weren't there yet. We hadn't seen her like in that universe and then suddenly get disenchanted with it. You know, to be able to tell that story. So like Jackson is really the person you would do this for. And it was so real. And as like I'm the middle of 5 kids. And so like I very much like recognize those moments of feeling like I'm a little lost in the shuffle here. Mm-hmm. And to see it play out in this episode was like really like meaningful. That whole exchange that you had mentioned in the synopsis of Miley saying that, like, when you treat me that way, you make me feel invisible. And her saying, how do you think Jackson feels all the time? Like, that really just was the crux of everything to me. I really love that. And then the being able to play out that last scene on the bench with me and Miley, just again felt very grounded, very honest. I loved those two characters 1,000 times more after having witnessed that. And they just both felt like overwhelmingly good kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like they took the right things out of it. They fought. They didn't see eye to eye. Mm-hmm. They expressed themselves. They had to come together and like they were better people at the end of that moment. I just really thought that whole thing was handled exceptionally well. Yeah. It was really good writing.
Yeah. And so that's what was right for me about this. This whole episode was just incredible. Yeah. You know, it was such a beautiful story.
Who wrote this again?
I know, it's shocking. And this is when you guys were still writing them.
It was back this was one of the last ones that was written before we wrote everything.
Yeah, and what I mean by that is initially it was like individual writers breaking stories and bringing stuff back, and then it eventually became all of the writers in the writer's room writing the episodes sort of together, team writing it. And so this was... Good job,
one
Dougie.
Of the last ones.
Yeah,
good job, Dougie.
Well done, Dougie.
Sometimes
Dougie Fresh.
You're going to want to clip this because I probably won't say this again over the course of the show. Yeah. So if you're feeling down, you should rewatch this part
not
over and over again.
Yeah, not for social media, just for myself.
Just for yourself.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that was it. I mean, just mine was Vicky bringing grandparents into the 21st century and not being like moments away from death. But as a family story.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Should we get to the...
Well, I think we all have the same what we did wrong.
Oh, my God.
Shall we say it at the same time? 3, 2, 1.
Volleyball. Huge problem. Let me just start off by, like, we still keep the line Jackson's in a big LA volleyball tournament. Meaning it still feels like I never associated with it being a school activity. Also, because the guy we're playing is like 35 years old. Okay? So, but the thing that cracks me up, the second it pops up on the screen, I was like... Okay. The establishing shot for the volleyball game is Miley's middle school.
Right.
Not even Jackson's high school. We're in the middle school. Mm-hmm. It makes absolutely no sense. So beyond that, the volleyball is terrible.
Yes.
It looks like complete ass. It was a mess.
Why weren't you in a chess competition or a Pokemon tournament or something that a 5'2" very smart man could do?
I was not in the writer's room, Doug. I have no idea.
This is true.
So you remember the same thing I do about Vicky and the stunt double and the way all the volleyball shooting stuff went, right?
Right. Absolutely. I mean, look. The stunt coordinator on the show was wonderful. And then, you know, there are things that you realize as I assume, I'm not a stunt coordinator, but when you're coordinating stunts, like there are things that you know need to happen and you hire people to double, you find the best double that you possibly can.
Yep.
Deep Roy.
And then you
and
hope
then you
they have the skills.
hope that they have the skills to be able to do it. And I just really when I'm rewatching the episode, because I remember the whole shooting of that, and how
it was awful,
long it took,
it was
how
exhausting
it was. And I remember that
it was
really what that stunt double did, bless them, was dive on the ground. Yeah. That was it. Because the other stuff of her spiking the ball over the net was her on a trampoline spiking the ball over the net in that tight shot, and you too, like spiking the ball over the net. But everything else was just...
I don't know if I would ever describe what I was doing in that episode as spiking the ball over the net. It was some of the weakest volleyball stuff I have ever seen.
Fine.
It was bad. But yes, but Vicky ended up having to step in and do a whole lot more of the volleyball than we probably would have wanted.
And she was totally up to the task.
Because
she was like...
She was like, well, it's going to look like this anyway.
She literally said...
She was like, it's going to look stupid.
She literally said, I can play volleyball better than the person who's doubling me right now.
That being said, I will say that for as terrible as the volleyball stuff is, the idea, like me jumping off Vicki Lawrence's ass to spike the final ball with a little 360 twist at the end, it's so stupid, but it works for me.
Oh, it's so funny.
I think it's very, very funny. I will say there was also one moment, very distinct moment, where we're shooting that stuff and we're doing the volleyball, and I'm like, I'm playing volleyball with Vicki Lawrence.
Yeah.
My life is so weird right now. Like, it was one of those moments where I was like, this is not how I thought this would turn out.
100%. But I will say the one thing right is like Mamaw, like the idea that now could you imagine if she did play this like barely
what even is that story at that point?
But even the idea of Mamaw being like a world-class volleyball player, that's so funny.
It's like, so when she's giving me the wristbands in the first, I'm so invested in the beginning of that.
Yeah. It's like so hilarious. So hilarious.
Any more banging on the volleyball stuff? Or have we done it?
We've done it.
We spiked it.
Let's spike the ball as good as Jackson did.
And then look, just because it's obligatory, and I have to point it out every single time. What are we doing with the secret identity? Like, what are we doing with the secret identity? Like, seriously, like at first I was like, no, you know what? It's fine. Miley can bring whoever she wants to meet the queen. There's a guy friend of hers, happens to be Jackson. Who cares? She's got plenty of guy friends. Old lady with the red hair, fine. She doesn't matter. But yet again, we have a very public argument where somebody's basically referencing that we're siblings. And nobody notices.
Oh, no. And in the original outline, remember, Lily was in disguise with Hannah, and Robbie was in disguise with Hannah. But Jackson and Mamaw were just Jackson and Mamaw.
Yeah.
It doesn't...
Here's the thing that is really, really funny. I genuinely don't care. Like we point this stuff out because it is ridiculous. But, like, I actually don't care. For me, once we established blonde wig, secret identity, Jackson knows Hannah Montana. Who knows why? I don't care. But now Jackson is allowed to be in the orbit. The only thing about these things that, like, really throw me off is when there's so many people around.
Right.
As opposed to them... even like lowering their voices a little bit to have the argument, so you could buy nobody else in the room would hear it. That's the only thing that throws me off. But like, the only reason because we're looking for it.
Yes.
But again, it's a kid's show, and none of this shit actually matters. But I do love pointing out the fact that like there are some major logic leaps in the hidden identity.
You love pointing out our mistakes.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay.
Anything else from what we?
I'm just going to rebut your weight.
Okay. Oh, please. Yes. Rebut
I just
me.
want to rebut the weight thing. Like, I get it. And I love that she calls him soft and not fat. It's just that in some Disney shows.
Yeah.
And it's different, I guess, when it's an adult. Mm-hmm. But in some Disney shows, like, the fat kid is the lowest of the hanging fruit that really, really can be damaging.
Yeah, I'm sensitive to that. I hate that.
And so, like, when I hear it, I 100% agree with you that when she's talking about him getting soft and you need to get, she's going to find my pork rinds and that kind of stuff is really funny because to me, that's a mom.
Right.
Correcting their, she is still his mother. He is still her child.
Yeah.
And so therefore it is very hard to like not want to correct your child.
That is the only justification we had for it. It was a mom to a son. Putting Robbie in that son role was funny to us. It wasn't that she was calling him fat. It was that she was parenting him.
Correct.
Like a child.
And so that's why the thing that I heard was like not so much that like I just want to address the fact that like calling people fat on a show is like can be so damaging.
Well, that's why I had a problem with Donzig.
Yeah.
Because it was unjustified.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, I felt the Donzig stuff was more like direct, like antagonistic, cruel versions of it versus a mom being like,
get those pork rinds out of your hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's your rebuttal. I think is valid and right. I think it's right.
So that was it. My opposition just comes from that.
Okay.
Noted.
It is so decided. I don't know what we decided, but
we decided that Vicky was okay.
Yeah.
Vicky making fun of his weight was a parenting thing, but
everything else
is.
And so
and we'll get there.
So what would we do different? I mean, I think lots of volleyball-related stuff. You had mentioned maybe we do Pokemon instead.
Anything.
My modern-day pitch would be like pickleball because a lot of like in retirement communities, like pickleball is huge. And I totally buy that like Vicky would be like an avid because it's a really competitive thing. I could see her getting like really fired up and like hitting the
that pitch
that would be
great. 100%. That's a great pitch.
Yeah. The handball. Something else.
Anything else.
Yeah.
But I think that we all agree that's really
That was really the big thing. Like,
yeah, agreed. Easy peasy.
Otherwise,
Easy peasy.
it's perfect.
It's perfect. Written by Dougie Fresh. Okay, we do have a couple of audience questions here at the end if you're up for it.
I'm up for it.
Let's do it.
Grape-scented bread asks.
Okay.
That is a great handle.
It's such a great handle. Grape-scented bread asks, which episode was your least favorite and why? Do you guys have I do have an answer for this.
Okay.
What do you do? What is yours?
And this may change as we like go back and rewatch. I may be reminded of ones that like, no, that's my least favorite. But I for whatever reason, I did not love the crossover with Corey in the House, the president of the United States. I just thought that it was like, for whatever reason, the whole concept of it was like a little weaker for me. I vaguely remember having a very non-existent, not very interesting side B story for myself. I just felt like it was not our best right. If maybe what it is, in my recollection, it feels like it was a little bit more juvenile of an episode, played to a slightly younger audience. I don't know if it's just happenstance or whatever, but that's probably the one that leaps out at me at the moment. But that answer may change. I reserve the right to change my answer.
I reserve the right for you to change your answer as well. Because you know what? I'll agree with you on that one. Like, you know what? Without looking at
the whole list.
Whole list,
that's just the first one that pops in.
Yeah, 100%. Because what I remember from that episode was Miley with dog food on her face.
Yeah.
And it just felt so humiliating, and that was like not great.
And she's great at doing like silly, like self-deprecating like things.
100%.
But sometimes it's just sort of like, maybe not this one.
Maybe not that one. Yeah.
Anything for you? Probably not.
The first thing that pops to my brain, I don't remember the title of it. It's the perfume episode. Okay, and it is for a very specific personal reason.
Okay.
That story changed, and I'm not going to get into why because we're going to get into it when we get to that episode.
Okay, I'm
But
intrigued.
that story changed after the table read completely. The entire second act of that story changed, and I have a personal problem with that whole process.
Okay.
And so I was never going to, even though it's a fine episode, I was never going to like the way it worked out because I personally had an issue.
I love Dougie with an axe to grind.
I have a chip on my shoulder.
I
about
love
that
that.
Wait
episode.
to get to that episode.
But when we
I'm
get there,
intrigued.
you're going to see why I hated it.
I would just like to also say, what was your least favorite? Hannah
let's
Montana?
open it up to that.
Let's open it up to that negative.
Yeah, let's do it though. Like,
Okay,
look.
I would be curious to see if there was one that was just sort of like, this one missed the mark. All right.
I
accept the pitch.
I want to see what other people, because I think that that's a really fun thing to address. Like, especially with you, Doug, because I think that there are things like what you just said that might have, it could have been a stronger episode, but for ...
Yeah, a little balance. Let's get a little negativity up in this. Chef John Joe asks, What was it like to work with my sister Shannon?
What?
Do you have a brother?
I have a
who's
brother.
a chef? I'm so excited.
Look how red she's getting.
I know.
For those of you who are just listening, she's getting red.
Yes, I do have a brother. My brother is John McCormick, and he is very, very proud of me.
He should be. He should be.
And he came to see a couple of our episodes. And
Who was his favorite?
you, honestly,
Yeah.
because he said there was a time that when he was there and you and he were like messing around, like riffing off of each other and stuff, and that is he has one of those core memories for him.
I love that.
And my nephew was there too.
Did you end up having much direct contact with Shannon while we were shooting?
I did. Had a lot. We had a lot.
I remember one.
So what was your impression to work with Shannon?
Blow a little smoke.
Okay.
We had the joy of hiring Shannon early in her career and a little bit later in her career, and got to see that journey from first-time new director to confidence writer. You went from, after every take, after yelling cut, whipping around and turning to look to see the reaction on everyone's faces, like, did I do good? To not even turning around anymore. Yeah. Just knowing, I know what I'm doing. And it was really nice to see you gain that confidence in yourself and know, oh, I can do this job and win 4 Emmys and leave these people in the dust. So we got to watch that journey, and that was kind of a joy.
Yeah, we've done a lot of glazing of me over the last couple of episodes or whatever, and I'm thrilled that your brother sent this in, actually, because it is a good opportunity to express how vital you were, I think, to like getting the show going and how much we all relied on you on the set. Everything from just technically helping us, like with the acting of it all and being good at our jobs, to as the show accelerated and got bigger and there was more outside complications with the show working, whether it was, teenagers being teenagers, their lives getting more complicated, the pressures of fame, of scheduling, of the whatever, like you were always the person that we all felt really comfortable going to be able to like vent, get a second opinion, get validation. Like, I really think like the fact that we're not more messed up as a cast at the end is largely due to having you there on the show. Just one of the kindest, most talented people that I think we ever had the pleasure of working with. And that being said, you have a great sense of humor and you were not easily offended, which I really appreciated. Because, on a kid's show, you're a little worried about like how,
of course,
you gotta dance on eggshells a little bit, but not with Shannon. You could just sort of like, you could joke around about whatever, you could blow off a little steam. And my favorite thing was I'm not doing that.
No. I have something.
Because there's a couple of just inside jokes for me and Shannon. No, but my favorite thing is we alluded to it earlier. Shannon was pregnant a lot on the show.
Oh, so much.
Like she was often with child. And my favorite thing to do, I would see her in the morning and I'd just walk up to her and I'd be like, your body is a wonderland.
Okay.
because she was pregnant a lot.
I was pregnant a lot.
But you were literally John, she was the wind beneath my wings.
Oh my God. Thank you.
I think,
you
do you believe in the butterfly effect? If there was no Jackson, would there be 4 Emmys? That's all I'm saying.
That's an interesting.
I'm just kidding.
I will just say that it was a huge privilege to work on this show. It was a huge privilege to work on this show.
We know.
And it was my first time directing was on this show, and it got me where I am. Yeah. And I will forever be grateful. And if you want to go back and watch my Emmy speech, I actually do thank Hannah Montana.
I know. You're a good person. You're a good person with a big heart.
Thank you.
Okay, let's we're on the glide path. We're coming here to the end. Dougie, what was our title? And
from Mama's family to Mamaw's family, and now we know why.
Yeah, Miss Vicky. My question was, what is Mamaw's real name? It's Ruthie Stewart.
Not Jewish at all.
Not Jewish at all. And the bonus, who was her rival? Anyone?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Aunt Dolly.
Yeah. And what were they fighting over?
Elvis Presley.
One of my all-time favorite episodes. I am jonesing to get to that one. I love that one so much. Super stoked for that.
We're not going to skip ahead, though.
No, we're not. We're not. I'm going to probably watch it just for myself.
It's a good
before. Shanny, give us our little. What was this about? What was our question?
We could do this briefly, but this was about recognizing your impact on other people, like the impact, realizing for the first time that your life has an impact on somebody else's. And Hannah, like Miley, recognizing the impact that Hannah was having on.
She makes me feel invisible.
Jackson, bringing him into a world he'd never asked to be a part of. And so my question is, did you ever feel like you were invisible because of another family member, or did you ever give up something that was important to you in order to support your sibling or friend?
Yeah, I'll give a huge shout out. Like I do in general, like my entire life, like growing up, as the middle of 5 kids, the joke was I was the invisible child. Right. And that's where I think the acting stuff came from. It was the one thing that I'm up on stage and now everybody has to look at me. It was like my time to get a little attention. And so I have a strong connection with Brittany, my oldest brother's middle daughter. We always connect over the fact that we are the forgotten middle children. We're funnier than everyone else. We're more empathetic than everyone else.
I see.
We have a very, but I think we both sort of took on that. We're the invisible child.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Doug?
I'm not going to be brief because I'm going to drop a little Hannah Montana nugget here on you guys.
Okay.
On you guys that maybe people don't know. It may be a whole kernel of corn. I have an uber famous, globally known rock star in my family.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
He's not in my immediate family. He's my cousin. And so he's sort of in that family that I was able to observe, not be directly a part of a lot of the time, so I could be apart from it and see how it worked. I think I feel close to the Stewart family because I have that in my family, and I was able to write for the Stewart family because I have that in my family, and I was able to see how it works. And there's a big part of Hannah Montana that is like my cousin. My cousin is a rock star on stage and a mensch with the fan, like the nicest human being in the world, cares about everyone more than he cares about himself. And this story specifically, I hearken back to if he ever saw that his shadow had overshadowed anybody in his family, he would immediately try to rectify it.
Oh,
and that's amazing.
And I am not saying in any way that Hannah Montana is based on Neil Diamond, but I will say...
There it is.
I think you dropped it.
Here, did you drop something on your
drop this?
I will say, though, 100%, there's a bit of Neil Diamond in Hannah Montana.
You know what? That's
I can
fair.
see that.
And I think that's really, that's a wonderful
So
answer.
there's
I
a little bit of that.
I like it.
That's a sweet little niblet.
It's a
I
sweet
love that sweet little nibble.
He hit us with a sassy little bow bite.
He did.
now I'm just doing bits.
Now
I
you're
don't
just
know.
saying words.
I'm just saying words now.
That is
What about you?
such a
Is there
bow.
Is there when you cast your shadow of Emmys over me, do you feel bad? That's just wondering.
It is
I was
cold
just
in your
wondering.
shadow.
Do you feel invisible? Because I have.
I do.
Often.
I do.
Here on the show,
I do.
most often.
No, I think sometimes that I think the reality is that there are times, it's so funny that my brother should be a part of this because no offense, John, and you know this, that there were times when my brother was an incredible athlete, and ironically or coincidentally played volleyball.
Ooh.
Like you do.
Varsity volleyball
Was
was
he
an
5'2"?
No. Anyway, but there are times when I felt like, my brother, as an athlete, definitely got a lot of attention because it was nothing. It's just that practice takes time, and your parent taking you to practice takes time. And, without going too much into it, I know that there were things that happened to me that definitely put him in a world that he did not expect to be a part of. And
So it went both ways a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we did it. It's another episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We had lots and lots of fun. We want to do 1 million of these, so please help us out. Go out to the YouTube channel, Best of Both Our Worlds. Make sure you subscribe. like, comment, ring the bell, do all of the wonderful things that the algorithm wants you to do. Pretty please. Follow the show on Instagram at Best of Both Our Worlds Podcast, on TikTok at Best of Both Our Worlds, and on X at Mamaw Podcast. Damn, that's a lot of words.
That is. Yeah. Can I just say something really quick? We really do read your comments.
We do.
We read your comments, and
that's where I steal a lot of the questions.
Yeah,
so
100%.
So check us out there. That would be great. This has been Best of Both Our Worlds, the official, unofficial Hannah Montana podcast, created and hosted by Jason Earles, Douglas Danger Lieblein, and Shannon Flynn. Executive producer Renee Colvert. Produced and edited by Jeffrey Murphy. Recorded at Quest Pacifica. Original music by Joe Serafini. And social media strategy by Shelby Stahl and Beloved Social. And with that, I will say, good day, Danny. I said good day. Woo, woo. Woo. We did it. Oh. Okay.